97underground.com.
Hey folks, Michael Spedden here, host of The Back of the Rack on 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide, and welcome to the 97 Underground Michael Spedden interview page, where we feature interviews with all the best local and national acts. Remember folks, The Back of the Rack on 97underground.com can be heard every Tuesday from 2 to 4 p.m. Download the free app and listen anytime, anywhere. And enjoy our interviews, folks. Remember, shop small and support local homegrown original music. Now, on with the interview. Hey folks, Michael Spedden here, and today we're going to sit down with John Piette from the band August. John's been on the show a couple of times with his material. He's always writing material. He has a publishing company called songfactory.net, which is very appropriate because he's like a one-man song factory. I mean, he's always putting out new material. He also owns and runs Dream Tracks Studio. And his website is augustrockband.com. We're going to hear a couple of new songs from August during the interview, as well as we also talked about the fact that August, their drummer Jerry Bozic passed away last fall unexpectedly. That was definitely a tragic event for August and for the music scene. Jerry's been around for a long time, was one of the old-time members of August back in the 70s and came back in the early 2000s and had been a band member ever since. So, folks, remember, I will put all of August's contact information and website information in the show notes for you to check out afterwards. But until then, hey, enjoy our interview with John Piette from August. And folks, welcome back to the Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show here on 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide. And guess who is here? We have our long-lost prodigal son, John Piette here from August, is back to talk to us today. He's got some new stuff going on. He's always up to something. I mean, this guy is, he is a one-man. Well, his shirt says Song Factory. I don't know if that refers to him or a studio, but he may as well be a song factory because that's all he does is put out song after song after song. And for the last years, he's been putting out song after song after song. And he's been, you've heard him here on my show during my Mid-Atlantic Music Marathons, some of the August material that he's had out with the most recent lineup. So, John, welcome back, buddy. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, you sound great.
Song Factory is my publishing, songfactory.com, .net.
Okay, so that's the publishing side, right? It's
got all kinds of country song, pop songs, rock songs that we're doing for other people. So.
You name it. Do you have Oompa Loompas too? Or
hey, if they want it, we can record it.
There you go. So great. We're going to, you released a couple of new songs, which we're going to play two of them on the show today as well. And so tell us what's been going on. I mean, you're always, you touch base with me every so often and we talk and stuff like that. And,
Well, we've been working on a new CD for the last 2 years. The last couple CDs, we did a variety of stuff, and people really like my rockin' stuff. So I had a lot of requests. So this CD is going to be probably called Wild Child. Mm-hmm. And it's 14 songs at this point. There's a few old songs from like the 78 tour, the 80s that we never recorded, but people loved. So we've done a couple of those. We've got brand new songs. And so we're excited about that.
Okay, great. I know that with all the excitement and everything you have going on here, you did have some bad news recently.
Yeah.
And sadly, well, go ahead and tell us what happened.
All right. Well, Jerry Bozic came with me in the very first August in 1978. We did some shows early, and then he left. And I brought him back in the early 2000s, and we've been recording songs and videos heavily for about 15 years straight. Mm-hmm. So in November, I got a call. Jerry passed away in his sleep. Unbeknownst, there was no known things, and caught us off guard. And Jerry and I were together all these years, and I'd call him at 2 a.m, 3, listen to this, but he also knew what we went through. So when somebody you could relate to, and So it's a big shock like that. I miss talking to him, and we always collaborated on what's going on next. And he's just, he's a brother and a great drummer. And once again, you don't know how important someone is that just works with you so many years. You don't have to tell them to do this or that. They just play what they're supposed to play. You know what I mean? So we had that kind of rapport. And along with Kevin's been with us quite a while now. So Jerry's going to be on 12 of the 14 songs. And like I said, we got tons of video Jerry's on, and we were releasing every Friday on Facebook. It's called August Rocks Band Friday Video. Okay. And it's been going really well. And also the song Tonight is over 18 million plays worldwide. I got like 25 songs out on Spotify, iTunes, blah, 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 all that stuff. And I do get a tax, $10.99 from ASCAP. Not great, but it's still fun. We're not planning on, buying a house, but we're having a great time and a little bit of money here and there. Well, so that's what we're doing. And writing for other people. That's right. The big goal now, we had a record deal, had 3 record deal offers. I've had some publishing offers, but they're so catchy. They're worse than record deals. I want to do it, but I don't want to give all my stuff away. Sure. We want to make some money ourselves. So we're being very careful with it. We got some good mentors down in Nashville. So anyway, we're doing that as well.
Well, good. Jerry was a great guy. I really enjoyed, I've had you all on the show a couple of times at least, and probably at least 2 or 3 times. And every time I spoke to him, he was just great, just a nice fella and a great player too. And, I've listened to a lot of your material. He was always a really good, solid drummer. And, just to have something like that happen just out of the blue, just a real shame. And again, my condolences to you and Kevin, and losing a longtime bandmate like that. I've had people that I've performed with for years and years and years, and I can really understand, how just terrible that is, when you're on this journey together all the time,
Yeah. And, so we got something special coming out. One of my songs, Sweet Love, we did in 1978. We recorded a year ago. Jerry does a big drum. It's a big drum song. And he always pushed it. And we were like, let's see if we'll put it on this CD, which it will be on this CD. But we did a video. I reached out to his wife. I said, this is what I want to do. And she approved it because, don't want anybody to get offended. We just shot a video. Kevin and I shot a video. We're playing to Jerry's drum tracks. The drums are there with no one on it.
Right.
In his honor. So everybody thought it was a great idea. It's coming out. I watched the roughs, and it's pretty interesting. I don't know how many people will not read it and go, why there's no drummer, but I hear him. But it is Jerry playing, and we're playing. It's all of us, and we're just doing it live over top his tracks.
Oh, okay.
So that's coming out in about a month.
Okay. Well, good. So again, always something going on with you, that's just great, So I'll tell you what, you sent me a couple of songs, for play, and which one would you like to play first? We've got Wild Child and Gonna Have a Party. Which one would you want us to hear first?
Party. It's from the first tour in '78. We did it and had a great time doing the song. When we were doing the Atlantic Records thing, Mike Schreiber, who was my manager at the time, called me and said, "Rec Company has a problem with one word. There's a thing in there where there's a Safeway bag full of Quaaludes." The lawyers in New York goes, "You can't say that. You can say soapers." And I go, "What the hell's a soaper?" And he goes, "Quaalude." And I go, "That ain't gonna work. Safeway bag full of soapers." So we never changed it, but we didn't release it with them either. So.
Right. I wouldn't have known what a soaper is unless somebody applies soap. I mean, that's really.
It's a fun song, and I got a bunch of non-band people involved in this because once you hear it, you see there's a party atmosphere going on, and we used to do this live all the time, and people really liked it.
Okay, good. Well, here it is. This is called "Gonna Have a Party" by August.
it's a good time. I say, boys, we're gonna have a party. We've got the rock, she's got the roll. Ain't seen nothing till your parents leave home. Just when they do, gonna have a party. Gonna have a party. Gonna have a party. Gonna have a party. All night long. As soon as my parents left on, I ran to the telephone. I called them up. I called them down. I called all over town. We had 15 guys, 52 girls, 10 kegs of beer, and a Safeway bag full of blues. All those blues. We got the rock, she's got the roll. You ain't seen nothing till your parents leave home. And just as soon as they walk out that door, gonna have a party. Gonna have a party. Gonna have a party. Gonna have a party. All night long. It's getting close to midnight. The party was rolling tight. Now all those girls ate all those blues. What more can I say? I said, boys, we're gonna have us a good time. I said, boys, we're gonna have us a party. We've got the rock, she's got the roll. You ain't seen nothing till your parents leave home. And just when they do, gonna have a party. 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 Oh, night long. Yeah, baby, come on. Come on, girl, wake up. Come on, baby, we're gonna have a good time. I hope my parents don't get back to work. Yeah, man. Woo. Get big.
Is that your parents?
You had mentioned a couple of other things too. A number of people that you've played with over the years that had played a lot of these songs that you have. Do I have it right? They played a lot of the songs out and live, but never recorded them.
Yeah, they were the August band that did all the 80s into the 90s. Bill Weissman, who was with me on the LP back in 78. And all the dates we did for all those years. But we recorded, we did demos for like Capitol, different labels. And we did like at some really great studios, but we never released them because one reason, some legal thing or another, or a contract we didn't want to sign. So Billy and I still talk to this day. He's down in Nashville. And so he finally we're going to take like a dozen of the songs that we recorded back then, release it, and it'll be the '80s August that everybody used to come see. And a lot of the guys have never been on a record or a CD, so everybody's gonna have a chance. And the tracks are killer, and it's Billy singing them all. And so that'll be coming out later this year.
Oh, good.
After this CD, that's gonna be just a bonus thing. It might be the first of the year, but it's coming out.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Yeah, I had also noticed too. You had sent me this one recently, 1978 Revisited. With you on the cover. Look at who's that young man on the other side next to you there?
It's a re-recording of my LP record from 1978.
Yeah,
that's on the white bibs. That's the original LP, and that's me on the right, updated.
Yep.
We just wanted to. We saw a thing. We did some days with Frank Marino way back, and he came out a couple years ago and goes, I just paid to get my first couple of records back because now that I'm sober and I have experience, I like to see how I would record these songs again. And so I talked to Jerry. I go, let's just redo this LP because, now we do have the technology. We know it. Back then we were just new. We didn't know it. We let the studios do whatever, they record us. So we went back and did it our way with the experience we got. And that's the revisiting. So it's the same 10 songs, just played now.
Right. Yeah, I think everything I've heard from you so far is I'm looking forward to definitely hearing this. I've definitely gotten you some airplay.
This is the last CD right there.
Yeah.
That's still available on the augustrockband.com.
Right.
And
right.
That's done very well. It's got some good songs on it as well.
Yeah. And one other thing that you've done too, which I think is really great. You've written I got a copy of a book that you wrote about things like royalties. And, you would think nowadays, being able to, but it's really true that playing your instrument well, getting a lot of shows, putting out a lot of material still really isn't enough because you've really got to, if you're going to get any kind of money or compensation for this, you've really got to make sure you've got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed and you know what your rights are. You published this book to kind of help other people understand that. It was called Royalties, I believe, right? And
hold on a second.
Sure. It's good information to pass on to people.
Right there.
There you go. Royalties, the mysteries revealed. And there are a lot of
things still available.
Yeah.
That's available online too at my website.
Okay.
They're cheap because I want everybody to know, it's like $10.
Okay. Well, that's good information to know, about, all the things that people are really entitled to when they have music out.
Right.
And a lot of people just aren't getting it. A lot of people kind of get stuck in that trap where they release something and, it may be getting streams or plays or something like that. But, and you find yourself, getting a big, giant, thick manila envelope in the mail. And when you get to the bottom line, it's like, $10 after all that. So, what are some things you would tell people? Just a couple of things off the top of your head that people really should be aware of when it comes to this.
I've had all this airplay from '78 and I never got a royalty. And when you meet people in the business, they have a habit of telling you 1 out of 5 things. And then if you talk enough, you can sort of figure no one wants to, it's so competitive.
Right.
No one wants to really tell you how to do things. So I finally got it figured out. But there's a thing called the ISRC code, which you pay, it's like $100 and you can do like 100,000 songs under the codes. You're specific for you. And you put that on every song. And so when it's played around the world, like I don't always get my royalties, but it tells me I'm getting played all over the place in Europe. And so that's how you get credit. Without that number on there, it won't identify who you are. So, and that's why I never got anything. So we started doing that, and I get, ASCAP is my favorite. They take good care of me. And, I had a lawyer from Nashville from a big star loan to me to go over my stuff. And he was like, see this? this. It's basically in Europe. It's not called jukebox, but I'm getting played on tons of jukeboxes, which are popular, I guess. And he said there's a code, but I'm not getting paid for it. But and just like Peloton, they played my song 60,000 times, and it wasn't for the fact somebody big sued them. They gave me $30, but they weren't going to pay me 30. But so you got to take that as a compliment. Years ago, I had somebody famous steal one of my songs to put on a record. The lawyers come back and go, "Deep Pockets take it as a compliment that he stole my song." So so it's that's the way it goes. Anyway, so labeling the codes on your songs to be identifiable. That's number one.
Sure. And I'm sure copywriting as well, and there's
right. You can't litigate unless it's copyright registered, but it automatically your copyright is given to you. You just have to register at the Library of Congress if you're going to sue, or if you got somebody who really wants to record it, you should do that. I've registered probably 50, but I got another 50 that aren't registered, but they're legally mine. And since I'm the only one recording it, but like I said, to litigate, it has to be registered. And you can't do that, mail the cassette to yourself. None of that works. So, but you're protected. And so, yeah, that's secondary to an ISRC code.
Sure. And that was one thing, and I'm glad that you brought that up too, because that was one thing that, when I was playing in bands in the 80s and 90s, everybody thought would have been enough was just to take the song, like take the lyrics and then take a recording of the song and mail it to yourself. And but that doesn't hold any water, huh?
You can't go to court with that.
No kidding. Was it a valid way to do it at one time that you're aware of, or is it just something?
Library of Congress doesn't acknowledge that at all.
They don't.
If you ask them, they go, "We don't know what to talk about."
Oh, okay. I guess it would prove that it was written at a certain point, before somebody else may have gotten a hold of it, but really it just doesn't.
Well, the main thing for me, I've got over 300 songs, so for me, it wouldn't be like, well, you only have one song in this. You say it's yours, but I got so many, so I'm apt to have that could be. It's easier when you have a lot of songs for them to go. The guy's a writer, so okay, that's his song. But if I've only written one song in my life and it's the Beatles are singing it, they're gonna go, "I don't know if you did that,"
Yeah.
So it's all the whole thing that you got going. My book also tells you how to keep track of stuff, and and the big thing with the publishing, I got a phone call from they call it a camp of a famous female singer. She liked one of my songs for a CD. I needed to give her a female version. I couldn't get one in Virginia because they don't like to show up. So I had to pass. So you got to be prepared. So now on most of my songs, we do a male vocal, female vocal, and instrumental. They love instrumental. So I do it now. So when you call, I have like 24 hours to respond to you. Otherwise, they're going to pass. So that's all in the book, how to get prepared and present it. And the main thing is just learn how to read the contracts. One thing I ran across is something called sub-publishing, which is way down on the contract. And I found out if Michael Spedden was my publisher, you could sell that to somebody else, Kevin. And then Kevin calls me and goes, "I own your publishing now." And I go, "Who are you?" You got to be careful.
Right.
And the other thing is they automatically have it. Like I got taken into one of the companies that puts me out everywhere, which is a good company. And I won't say their name, but they said, we got some money we can get for you. And I said, okay. They grabbed me as a publisher on my song. And the way the contract was, they get 1 year to collect my money. Then they have a second year they can bring in if they want. And they did it to me. So for 2 years, they ASCAP goes, this company says they own half of your publishing now. I was like, and that's what they did. So you got to be real careful. Even with all my experience, they got me on that one, So it wasn't a lot of money, but you got to be real careful.
Good. Right. Well, let's give another one of your songs a spin here. You sent me another one called Wild Child.
Yeah.
What would you like to tell me about that one?
Well, I got a friend that was using a dating app, and it's that thing about swiping left and right, which I had to ask him. And all the problems he was having, I go, this would make a great song. So it's funny. It's tongue in cheek, but it's a rocker, and I can't wait for people to hear it because I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it.
I can relate to that. I can remember in between my marriages, I met some individuals. I met some very, very interesting and exceptional individuals on dating apps in those days. And I tell you, there are, believe me, you could write volumes of songs about the things that you experience on there. So, well, what do you say? Let's give her a spin. This is August with Wild Child.
I swipe right when I should have swiped left. You're not a winner if you're only second best. Take a chance on a game of love. Something's telling me I better take care. What she has in mind, I can't tell. Wild child, by everywhere. Wild child, she's not playing fair. Wild child, she's crazy as hell. I'll need a lawyer instead of a cell. She looks better than a picture online. She's not bad, you could say she's fine. Why so hot and all alone? Something's telling me I better take care. What she has in mind, I can't tell. Wild child, by everywhere. Wild child, she's not playing fair. Wild child, she's crazy as hell. I'll need a lawyer instead of a cell. Some girls you just leave alone. Some girls you can't take home. Some girls like crazy fun. Did the cop say she had a gun? Waking up in a hotel room. How I got here, I haven't a clue. See you soon, says a note on the bed. Something's telling me I better take care. What she has in mind, I can't tell. Wild child, by everywhere. Wild child, she's not playing fair. Wild child, she's crazy as hell. I need a lawyer instead of a cell. Wild child.
Oh, great, great. And I tell you, thinking about what you were just talking about there brings back some memories from my playing days in the late 80s and early 90s for sure. So, what I'd like to do right now is, tell us where we can get this music, where we can get your music. And I know you release videos every week and you have a YouTube. So give us those links so I can put them in the show notes.
AugustRockBand.com has all the stuff on the August Rock Band.
Mm-hmm.
And DreamTrackStudio.com is the recording studio. We got all kinds of good stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Songfactory.net is the publishing. It's got tons of songs, all different types that we're recording.
Mm-hmm.
And but on my Facebook page, every Friday, and I make it public to everybody. You don't have to be a friend of mine. I put the August Rock Band song for Friday, and it's a video, and it comes off the YouTube. August Rock Band has a YouTube page as well.
Mm-hmm.
And,
okay.
So you can go there. It's all over. And a lot of people have been watching off the Facebook, though. It's pretty interesting. So
right. Well,
Yeah.
good. And what I'll do is I'll make sure that I put all these links in the show notes and everything. And that way people can keep in touch with you. They can follow you on social media and see whenever your new videos and your new material and everything comes out and everything. So, John, it's a pleasure speaking to you again. It's always good to catch up. And, you drop me a line every so often to let me know what's going on. And I appreciate that. I really do. And, folks, remember, we'll put all the links in the show notes to where you can get, some August material about the studio. And now, is your studio just for you, or do you have clients come in?
Basically, what I do, I've got different musicians come in and record with me.
Yeah.
And I trade off with them. I've recorded a couple of the young ladies here in those city are very talented, Lauren Glick and Dawn Williams. But we usually work a deal. Trade off. I don't really go out and try to sell the studio anymore. But if I run across a band that's interesting, really trying, I've been known to help people out.
Well,
so
good.
The goal is not to sell hours like I used to,
right?
But record and bring in people. Like right now, I'm looking for a drummer that's out of the Ocean City area. We had a guy, Pete, that was great, but he lives in Hagerstown, so it's a 3-hour drive.
Oh yeah.
And, but if I do any rock, he's still going to be the drummer for the rock stuff. But we doing public stuff, whether it's a country song or pop. So always looking for somebody. I'm always opening for a good singer, male, female, and I've got a great keyboard out of Eric Misko out of Pennsylvania. So we're always open. But you never know. If you pique my interest, I can help you out.
Sure. All right, folks. Well, great. Well, thanks again, John, for joining us today. And all the links to the studio and to August and to the videos and everything will be in the show notes. So thanks again, John, and thanks you all for listening. You're listening to The Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show here on 97underground.com, Baltimore's Pure Rock Worldwide. Stick around, folks. We got plenty of great stuff to come. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in and listening, and hope you enjoyed today's interview. Remember, The Back of the Rack is on every Monday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern, and our replay is every Wednesday morning from 2 to 4 a.m. Eastern Time on 97underground.com, Baltimore's Pure Rock Worldwide. You can download our free app and listen anytime, anywhere. Also, don't forget our YouTube channel. Hit the like and subscribe button and allow for notifications so you'll be the first to know whenever new episodes air. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Log on and crank it up. The station your mother warned you about. 97underground.com.